Good evening and welcome to our Wednesday Creative Living series. This is a special time for us to come together always to explore new ideas, and we always gather to celebrate the wonderful potential within each and every one of us. We have this power within us, so much power to create, to do anything. And we learn how to always go within to pull on these resources that are boundless, that are infinite, because they're connected to the one, the great one, the infinite possibilities. Is a power that assures us that all things are possible if we can believe. So today we gather to deepen our understanding of the incredible power of our thoughts. We know the power of our thoughts. We often say that our thoughts are powerful. They're creative. The limitless richness of our inner world and the transformation that happens when we intentionally tend to the garden of our minds. So much can happen. So much can play out when we attend to this garden. And just as a gardener carefully selects and nurtures the seeds they plant, we too can cultivate thoughts that lead to growth, joy, and abundance. So whatever you want to see on the outside, you can begin to sow those seeds. According to Lao Tzu, watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become your actions. And watch your actions, they become habits. And when you watch your habits, they become your character. And watch your character, it becomes your destiny. It just shows the product of the process of how powerful your thoughts can be. This wisdom reminds us that every thought we plant has the power, is potent to shape not only our day, but our entire life. And it just means that if there are any situation, any outward appearance you see now that you do not like, you can change that through what you sow in as your thought. Those thoughts are powerful. By consciously choosing and nurturing empowering thoughts, we unlock possibilities beyond our imagination. You cannot even imagine what you can be, what you can do, how much more you can do, exceedingly and abundantly above, if we begin to cultivate our thoughts. We create life that reflects the beauty and the potential within us. That power within us, that potential within us is connected to the infinite possibility, infinite abundance, infinite health, infinite wholeness. So imagine stepping into your mental garden where every thought you plant holds the potential to shape your reality. Every thought. It's like a seed that can grow beyond what you imagine. So imagine waking up on a gentle spring morning and stepping into a lush, vibrant garden. And the air is fresh, filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the warmth of sunlight filtering through the trees. As you wander through this serene space, you notice each plant represents a thought you have nurtured. Some bursting with colorful blossoms, others small but thriving with promise. You come across a row of radiant sunflowers, their faces turned toward the light. These are your thoughts of joy, your thoughts of hope, your thoughts of gratitude, growing tall and strong. Nearby, a patch of fragrant herbs reminds you of the seeds of wisdom and peace you have planted, steady and grounding. But in the corner, there is a small tangle of weeds, thoughts of doubt or fear you may have allowed to creep in, just somehow, suddenly. As a master gardener, you kneel to pull them out, clearing space for new positive seeds. So with each intentional choice, you see your garden transform into a sanctuary of possibility. It reflects a life you are creating. Just the same way the gardener will pull those weeds that always creep in at night and begin to contend for manure with the seeds you have sown. And you go in and pull it. That's the same way we pull those negative thoughts. Because if we allow them, they will grow and they will bear fruits. So every step you take reminds you of the infinite potential in your mind, ready to bloom when nurtured with care and love. These are powerful, powerful, powerful things. This is the garden of your mind, always ready to grow what you plant. So we can say the garden of the mind is fertile. It grows whatever you sow there. So the question is, what will you sow today? What seeds would you sow? One way of seeing it would be, if you want abundance, if you want wholeness, then you begin to sow seeds that will bear those fruits and nurture and water them. Will you plant seeds of love, of courage, of gratitude, and watch them grow into greatness, relationship that blossom with joy and fulfillment? Will you nurture thoughts of abundance and purpose, allowing them to take root and flourish into opportunities and success? It's also beautiful to know that whatever you want to see manifest, you can sow those seeds. You have the power to do that. Will you sow seeds of good health, affirming vitality and wholeness in every aspect of your being, every part of your being? Imagine planting thoughts of strength, energy, and well-being, and watching them grow into habits that nourish your body and spirit. It seems like a simple arithmetic. With every conscious choice to honor your health through self-care, rest, and mindful action, you are cultivating a life that radiates vitality and balance. Some of us need that. I need that too. Each thought you choose to plant carries the promise of tomorrow's harvest. Each thought, when nurtured, would obviously give rise to a harvest. Each of us carries the sacred responsibility of tending this space, partnering with the divine to create lives that reflect joy, purpose, and abundance. Again, that's what the universe spirit wants of us. I always talk about its purpose being to give us a hope and a future and an expected end. So your mind is a divine garden. It's a living, creative space where thoughts are seeds, emotions are sunlight and water, and beliefs form the foundation of your harvest. Let me say this again. Your mind is a divine garden. Your mind, mind, a living, creative space where thoughts that we think are seeds. Emotions are sunlight and water, and beliefs form the foundation of your harvest. The soil of this garden is always, always fertile, ready to nurture whatever you plant. Be it love, it will nurture it. Be it doubt, it will nurture it. Joy and fear, whichever, it will nurture it. This sacred fruit gives each of us immense power and responsibility. And that's why, as truth students, we always want to be mindful of the things we allow, the things we watch, we see, and we hear, because they form the basis of our consciousness, and from that place we create. The quality of your life is a mirror of the thoughts you have consistently nurtured and allowed to take root in your mind. Just as a garden flourishes or withers based on the care it receives, your experiences, your relationships, and overall well-being are shaped by the nature of your mental landscape. Again, this brings up the power of choice and responsibility. For example, consider someone who has cultivated thoughts of gratitude and optimism over time. Even during challenging situations, they naturally look for the silver lining, finding joy in small victories and lessons in setbacks, because you fill the totality of your being with positive expectancy, with gratitude. So even when it doesn't seem, it's not what you expect that's showing forth, you are looking for that silver lining. You're looking for the good. And what you look for, you find. They have positive expectancy always. Over time, this mindset attracts positive opportunities. It will definitely come. And when it comes, it strengthens their relationships and fosters a sense of inner peace. The best place to create from is from a mind of that is calm, that is still, that is peaceful. Because when we are still, we'll know the fullness of who we are. Their life feels abundant and fulfilling because the mental garden is filled with thoughts that uplift and empower them. On the other hand, imagine someone who regularly dwells on fear and self-doubt. What do you expect? These thoughts, like weeds, grow unchecked and crowd our seats of confidence and possibility. You will always see something that does not exist as if it exists, as fear. You're worried about everything because you allow those thoughts within. As a result, this person might find it harder to take risks or seize opportunities, and they may feel stuck, overwhelmed all the time because of the thoughts they allow. Their outer circumstances reflect the inner narrative they have been cultivating. Here's another scenario. Think of someone who consistently affirms good health and vitality. They choose to focus on wellness. They make healthy choices. They see their body as strong and resilient. They see their body, even when their body is going through a situation, they speak to their body, my body will heal. This too would pass. Over time, their thoughts influence their habits. They eat nourishing foods, move their body with joy, and prioritize rest. Because when you fill yourself with those thoughts, you energize your being to do the right thing. This mental cultivation often results in improved physical health and a vibrant energy that ripples into all areas of their life. So don't take yourself for granted. You are powerful. And your responsibility is to choose right. And that's what we gather each time to remind us through this teaching that you can do all things. Whatever you see before you is just a fragment of what so much more that you can do, because you are connected, you are one with the great, with infinite possibilities. And that's why we always talk about affirmations, affirming the good in all situations. Speak to yourself, energize yourself with your affirmations. Another one, a student who tells themselves, I am capable of learning anything I set my mind to, gradually builds confidence and resilience. Someone that tells himself or herself, I have the power in my hands to create wealth. You speak it, you begin to sow that seed of insight, of wisdom, begins to grow within you. Over time, this self-belief leads to academic success, opening doors to opportunities they might have otherwise missed. At any moment, you can choose to plant new seeds. You can uproot harmful ones and begin anew. At any point, even now, because this is the only time we have where there's so much power, the present moment. This is the perfect time for creation. So with each new thought, you are a step closer to a life of greater joy, of love and purpose, to the life that you have always wanted. And it's never too late to start again. So in this teaching, we know that our mind is not working alone. Our mind is not working alone. It is intimately connected to the great universal creative mind. This is the infinite source of all ideas, inspiration, and potential. That's why every time in our treatments, we start with recognition, and we talk about the great universal strength and our oneness with it, oneness with that power. The divine mind provides the fertile soil and creative energy, but it's not your thought that directs what would grow, but it's your thought that directs what will grow. Your thoughts. One spiritual principle, the law of mind in action states, what you hold in mind, you bring into manifestation. What you hold in mind, you bring into manifestation. Think of this as a sacred partnership. You bring intentions, focus, and purpose, and the divine mind supplies limitless creative power. What you hold in mind, you bring into manifestation. The key to success lies in aligning your thoughts with the highest truths, love, abundance, and joy, so that you and the universal mind work in harmony to manifest your desires. And that's why we always talk of an alignment, aligning with the divine, harmony, because once we align, we are dovetailed with the divine. There's flow, there's alignment, there's free flow of everything good, wisdom, understanding, insight. That's one of the things we gather each time to practice, to align with that flow of everything good. We remember this quote, as a man thinketh in his heart, and so he is. The law of thoughts operates with absolute justice and precision. Again, I say it again, the law of thought operates with absolute justice and precision. Whatever you sow, you would reap. Positive thoughts bring positive outcomes. The negative thoughts create challenges. This is not a form of punishment or reward, but a natural principle, much like gravity. Consider the gardener who plants tomatoes in one row, carrots in another, and flowers in a separate bed. Each seed grows according to its nature. The soil does not discriminate or resist. It simply nurtures what is planted. In the same way, the soil of your mind is impartial. It will grow seeds of fear as easily as seeds of love. The choice of what to plant is entirely yours. So when we see some things show forth, what we do in this teaching is we practice self-love, sit down and go within and pull out those seeds, those thoughts. And as we pull them out, we fill them with good thoughts. Fill them with the thoughts that will give rise to the outcome we want. We can use these thoughts to change whatever we think are generational familiar occurrences. Begin to fill our being with life, with love, with abundance. Whatever has been said prior, oh, this is the flow in the family, we uproot those thoughts. Through the thoughts, we uproot it. And we begin to fill ourselves with everything good, right, proper, abundant. Because that is what we show forth in our situation. And that's why we always talk about affirmations. I consciously plant seeds of love, joy, and abundance, knowing that my harvest will reflect the truth of who I am. And that's why we often talk about tuning in as many times as possible, because there's a higher chance of you changing what you see when you hear this truth. That's what we talk about our 247 YouTube affirmations. Listen to them as many times as possible. Listen to things that make you smile and laugh, because out of all this you create. If you feel sick or down and you're listening to words that encourage you, that quicken you, the higher chance of you stepping out of that situation is high. And when you listen to things that make you down and weak and fearful. Another wonderful thing about life lies in our ability to choose. Every moment offers a new opportunity to plant seeds that reflect our highest aspirations. And the question is, are you planting consciously? Do you know you have the power to direct your life? When we say we are co-creators with divine, this is what we mean. You can create the life that you want through what you think, your thoughts. Many of us go through life unaware of the seeds we scatter. A passing thought of self-doubt, a complaint about circumstances, or a judgment about others, each of these plants a seed that can take root and grow. I have one practical tip. Begin each morning by choosing 3 qualities you want to cultivate that day. Just an idea. If you want to have a peaceful day, what do you think you fill your thoughts with, your being with? For example, today I plant seeds of peace, patience, and prosperity. And fill your being with that and see that manifest for that day. Imagine a musician who envisions performing on the world's greatest stage. Each day they practice with dedication, affirming their talent and focusing on their dream. Over time, their thoughts and actions align, creating opportunities and experiences that bring their vision to life. Whatever you want to see on the outward, you can begin to sow that. When we sow a thought, like I said earlier, we reap an action. You sow an action, you reap a habit. You sow a habit, you reap a character. And sow a character, you reap a destiny. It's entirely your decision. We know that negative thoughts are like weeds that threaten to overrun your garden. They can creep in through self-doubt, fear, or the influence of the others. But just as a gardener removes weeds to protect their crops, you have the power to uproot negative thoughts and replace them with empowering ones. This transformative process is beautifully supported by the practice of affirmative treatment. And that's one powerful jewel that we all have here that we use, affirmative treatment. And what is this affirmative treatment? It's a spiritual and mental practice that helps us consciously redirect our thoughts towards the truth, towards positivity, towards wholeness. It's a mental act which is consciously directed to an individual purpose, to a specific end, so that it produces a definite result. It's not simply repeating positive phrases, but a deliberate and faith-filled declaration that aligns our mind with higher truths and universal principles. And what are these truths? Wholeness, abundance, that you are complete. You can do all things. You are above only. And that in it you live, you move, and you have your being. Affirmative treatment allows us to focus on what is real and true in the divine sense, replacing negativity with empowering affirmations that create lasting change in our inner and outer worlds. For example, when a negative thought like, I am not good enough arises, the affirmative treatment gives us the tools to counter it by affirming, I am worthy, capable, and divinely equipped to succeed. How often do you speak that to yourself? That you are worthy. And when you go through situation, you're looking out for the good, knowing that you're coming out victorious. Because you have the support of the universe, you are divinely connected with all possibilities. This practice not only uproots the self-doubt, but plants a seed of confidence and truth in its place. When worries about health dominate our thoughts, we can declare, every cell in my body is filled with divine vitality and health. Speak it, affirm it until you feel it, replacing fear with faith in the perfection of our being. This affirmative treatment allows us to recognize that negativity has no power of its own. It's a false belief that we have unknowingly allowed to grow. We give it the power. By consciously choosing affirmations that reflect divine truths, we stop watering the weeds of doubt and instead nurture the seeds of power, of love, of joy, of strength, of possibility. When we affirm, we assert positively that which is true. And the question is, what is that truth? You can list that truth. That you are complete, you are whole, that this too shall pass. that the thoughts of the universe, which is a good and a brighter future, will show forth. That you have an expectant end. That out of this situation, only good will come out of it. Through affirmative treatment, we actively assert our spiritual authority, aligning our thoughts with the creative power of the universe. This alignment not only clears away the negativity, but also creates a fertile mental space where positivity and purpose can thrive. As a gardener protects their crops with care and intention, we too can use affirmative treatment to safeguard our mental garden. Again, for emphasis, negative thoughts have no power of their own. They only grow when we feed them with attention. When you catch a negative thought, do not panic or resist it. Instead, observe it, acknowledge it, and consciously replace it with a thought that aligns with your truth. We want to employ spiritual principles like faith as the water that nourishes your seeds, and gratitude as the sunlight that helps it grow. Together, they create the ideal conditions for your thoughts to manifest into reality. Faith is more than hope. It is the unshakable belief that what you desire, it's already on its way. It's not that it will happen. It's already on its way, racing towards you. And gratitude amplifies this energy, creating a vibration that attracts more of what you appreciate. That's why we always want to wake up with gratitude. Be grateful. A practical experience. Each evening, you may want to write down 3 things you are grateful for and affirm your faith in the unfolding of your desires. We know faith is taking the first step. Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. I think it's Dr. Martin Luther King that said this. You take the first step, even when you've not seen the whole journey, the whole staircase. That's trusting the divine in all things. In this teaching, we create the sacred place, the stillness of our mind, and the divine speaks. In quietness and in confidence is your strength. Silence is not an absence, but a presence. It's a sacred space where ideas, inspirations, and clarity emerge. I like this quote by Rumi: "Silence is the language of God. All else is poor translation." Silence is the language of the Spirit. All else is poor translation. Take time each time to sit in silence, allowing the creative energy of the universe to flow through you. Be still and know. This practice not only refreshes your spirit, but also aligns you with divine wisdom, enabling you to plant seeds that reflect your highest good. As we close, let us embrace the truth that the garden of your mind is a reflection of your divine potential. You are the master gardener, the sole creator of your inner and outer worlds. We are not here to blame or to give our powers away. Whatever we see is a result of our thoughts, our creations. We want to take hold the responsibility of our lives. Each thought you plant holds the power to shape your destiny. And we want to align our mind with love, with purpose, with truth, and abundance, and create a life that flourishes with joy and meaning. Remember, the harvest is always in your hands. We want to plant with intention, nurture it with faith, and celebrate the beauty that unfolds. The garden of your dreams is not a distant possibility. It's alive within you, waiting for you for your care and your love. And the powerful, interesting thing about all this is that it's never too late to start. It has nothing to do with age. When we talk about you can do exceedingly abundantly and above, it's not subject to age. It's not subject to location. It's a power that exists in the present moment, in quietness and in confidence, in stillness. If we can all come and be here right now. So we want to tend to it daily and watch it as it transforms into a sanctuary of fulfillment and grace. You can do all things. If you need to speak that to yourself 1,000,000 times, 100 times a day, say that I can do all things. I am powerful. So thank you for sharing this sacred space today. May your thoughts be inspired. May your garden flourish with divine abundance and your life reflect the limitless potential of your spirit. And as you go forth, may you walk confidently in the truth that you are the master gardener of your life, co-creating with the infinite love and wisdom of the universe. Thank you for being here today. May your thoughts, your garden, and your life be forever blessed. Amen. And so it is. Thank you so much. Peace and blessings to you all.